What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the source panel. We're going to go over all the different options and buttons inside the source panel that's going to enable you to get on your editing journey. Now let's get started. So the source panel is this top left panel you'll see that's highlighted here in blue. The purpose of the source panel is when you have a larger clip and you want to sort out specific sections, and you can extract that before you place them in your timeline so you're not sorting through things in your timeline. So I'll give you an example. I have this video up here in the window to the left. You'll notice this blue marker right here. This is actually the playhead. So as you drag it, the video moves to different locations. Now let's move it all the way here to the left, and let's go over this set of numbers here first. So to the very right, this is the frame rate. Certain videos have 24 frames per second, some have 30, some have 60, and so on. And then to the left of that is the seconds. And then to the left of that is the minutes, and to the left of that is the hour. So if we grab the playhead and we slowly start to drag, you'll see that number start to change, and that's the frames. So that's frame 8, frame 9, and we're gonna head up here, and once it hits 24, it's gonna switch to 1 second, because this is 24 frames per second video clip. And then down here on the end, this is the total length of this clip itself. So it's 27 seconds with 5 frames. Now the next thing you wanna pay attention to is right here, you're seeing an image of a video strip. This is something, say it's a B-roll clip and you don't want the audio, you just want the video. You can literally just grab this little icon and drag it down here in the timeline, and it'll place just the video portion of this without the audio in the timeline. I'm going to Command Z and undo that. And on the flip side, you can grab the audio if you want just the audio from that video and drag it down to the audio section. Command Z and undo that. And then coming over to the right, there's a little drop-down menu here that says full, half, fourth, eighth, and 16th. This is just saying if you want to show it full resolution or half resolution. If it's a larger file like a 4K or an 8K file and your computer's a little older, definitely go down to maybe half resolution or even the fourth resolution so it's easier playback and it's not getting caught up on all the data. Now let's head down here to the bottom. You're going to see all these different tools right here. Let me pull this back to full. Starting over here to the left, this little section here, you'll notice when you hover the mouse over these items, it's going to tell you what it is. So this is just an add marker there. And it's also going to give the keyboard shortcut. So there's an M. So if I just hit M, it'll create a marker wherever the playhead is. Let's scale back here. The purpose of markers is to kind of place breadcrumbs throughout the clip or the timeline. So if you want to reference back to a specific point and you don't know where it is, you can just jump to the markers and find and go back to that specific place. Let's just say right here, I want to place a marker. You can obviously just click this button and it'll place a marker. Or if you slide down here, we can do the keyboard shortcut like you saw as we hovered over this marker. Click M, there's another marker. And you can just drag this way and just keep hitting M as you like, and it'll mark them wherever you like. Now, if you want to get rid of them, you can hover over one, come down here, and just click clear markers, and they will all disappear. And one of the biggest benefits of working with the source panel is setting in and out points to then extract only that section of the video inside the timeline. So if you have a 12-minute interview, but you just want this 1, 2, or 3 sentence section, you can place in and out points somewhere inside here. So when you do drag it in the timeline, you're only dragging that specific section. So let's start. So let's just say right here, we wanted an in point. Come down here, you can click this button that says mark in, or you'll notice there's the keyboard shortcut I. Well, I'm gonna click the button. So now it's started an in point. And let's just say we come down here and right at this end, when she exits this section, I want to click an out point. I'm going to click this button right here. So you'll see it's placed a section in there and it's a section out there. So now if I grab this video here and I bring it down, it is only bringing in the section starting there and the section ending there. You can adjust these by grabbing the tail and just moving it, or just bring the player to a new section and re-hit the shortcut O and it'll readjust, or also bring it back here and you can re-hit the out here for O. Now if you want a shortcut so you don't have to drag this all the way to try to find the endpoint, there's a button right here that says go to in. You just click it, it'll automatically jump to the endpoint, and come over here on the tail end, it says go to out point. Click that, it jumps to the out point. You can also grab here, you'll see this little 3 little lines here. If you want to move this and shift this, but keep the exact same time in between the in and out points, you can shift it to different sections within the clip. Now the same way with the markers, if you want to change those and get rid of them, right mouse click, head down where it says clear in and out, or you can just clear the in or clear the out. But if you want to clear both of them, just click clear in and out and they'll disappear. So let's move down here also. So this is a play, if you want to play, and you want to stop, which is very obvious. But if you notice when I hovered over there, it says space, which is the space bar. And this is one of the keyboard shortcuts that I use all the time. You click space bar, and it plays it. And that's the same as in when it's in the program monitor and the timeline down here. So that spacebar is a very handy keyboard shortcut. And you also have here the step back 1 frame, which is also keyboard shortcut arrow left. And that way, if you want to get something very precise and specific, you can go frame by frame. If you want to nudge it back to a certain point and then say you want to do the end point there, and then say you want to drag down here, but it's not the exact frame, but you can literally go right arrow and go frame by frame until you get the place you exactly want the out point to be. Click O, then you have the specific section. Now let's move on down here. So these 2 buttons will insert it into the timeline, but they do different things. So this insert button, you'll see the keyboard shortcut is there as the comma. If I click that, it inserts it. But let's say we have 2 videos here, and let's shorten this up, bring it down. Whenever you do these buttons, the insert or the override, it'll place it wherever the playhead is located in the timeline. So let's just say if we have it right here in the middle. Now if you click insert, it's going to insert it directly in the center of both of these clips. Now you notice it just moved this down. It didn't erase any of this clip on the tail end. It just inserted the clip in the middle. Mind you, just the section we have the in and out point, that's why it's small, didn't interfere with the clip beforehand. Now I'm going to undo that. Now the difference with the override, which is the keyboard shortcut period, is when I place it down here and insert it, it's going to override this section here. So it's not going to slide it down. It's just going to cover up whatever distance, the length that this is right here. So I'm going to click override. And you'll notice it didn't slide this down at all. It just covered up the front of the second video with whatever section we had in and out points here. Now I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to right mouse click and I'm going to clear in and outs. So now it's the full 27 seconds. Now if I click override here, it just completely covered up and erased the video below because the video we just inserted is longer than the other. So be careful when you insert that you're not overriding and you're just doing insert unless you want to override. Anyway, that is a very basic overview of the source panel. This will be great for anybody just starting out in Premiere Pro and learning this for the first time. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. That being said, have a great day. Later.